Greetings to you all, my dear friends. The taste of childhood, the feeling of fullness and comfort. This is the impression I get when enjoying a hearty meat stew known as goulash. It's a combination of rich gravy and tender beef cubes, a true taste delight that goes perfectly with any favorite side dish. For this dish, we use beef or veal, cuts from the shoulder, brisket, neck, or round. With slow cooking, the meat will turn soft and juicy. The first important rule is to cut the meat across the grain. This helps it stay tender and soft during cooking. Try to cut pieces evenly sized so they cook uniformly. We cut small, bite-sized chunks. They're easy to eat, absorb the sauce well, and remain juicy and tender. As you can see, our meat is pale pink. That's young veal. Keep in mind, the younger the animal, the lighter the meat. This meat is more diet-friendly and has a finer texture. Beef from an older animal will be darker, with a richer taste and firmer structure. We'll cook our goulash in a cauldron over a fire. Heat the cauldron well with vegetable oil. Check the oil temperature by dropping in one piece of meat. If it sizzles, it's ready. Then add the rest. Stir so that the hot oil coats each piece. The meat will heat evenly and cook uniformly. Fry until the veal gets a golden crust. Meanwhile, we chop the onion. Onion is essential in goulash. It gives rich aroma, adds sweetness that pairs well with the meat, and helps create a thick, tasty gravy. Also, onion juice softens meat fibers as it stews, making it more tender. Dice the onion into cubes. Next, we grate 1 carrot on a large grater. Carrot is also key in goulash. It softens while stewing, adds body to the sauce, enriches the dish with vitamins, and balances taste and nutrition. Don't forget to stir the meat, making sure it browns on all sides. Yes, meat releases moisture. Our goal is to fry it until golden, with no moisture left. Cooking over fire goes fast. In just a few minutes, the pieces are golden, and the smell is amazing. The dish isn't ready yet, but already some meat pieces are disappearing from the pot. Now it's time to add the onion. When cooking in a cauldron, it's hard to control the heat, so once you add quick-burning veggies like onion or carrot, don't walk away. Keep stirring. Fry the onion until soft. For me, meat with onion alone is already a delicious dish. Sometimes, instead of making kebabs, we'd simply fry meat with onion. It was a favorite. Once the onion softens, add the carrot. Carrot immediately brightens the dish with its sunny color. Stir everything well so the carrot blends with the meat and onion. In 2 to 3 minutes, it softens noticeably. On a stove, it'll take a bit longer. Now add 1 tablespoon of sweet paprika. Fry it for up to 5 minutes, no more. Watch it carefully. Burnt paprika will ruin the flavor. Paprika adds a richer color, flavor, and aroma. Cooking over an open fire creates a special mood. You enjoy the smells, the sounds, and the visuals. Now add 500 grams of pureed tomatoes. To peel them, scald with boiling water. It's easy. Blend them, or if there's no power, grate them. Tomatoes have natural acid that softens meat fibers without breaking the meat's shape. In winter, when fresh tomatoes aren't available, use canned, pureed tomatoes or even tomato paste. The frying stage is over. Now we pour clean, cold spring water over the meat. For this amount of meat and vegetables, we add 1.5 liters of water, just enough to fully cover the meat. Goulash was originally created under the open sky. It is considered a Hungarian dish. Their word gulyas means herdsman. But the traditional recipe has changed a lot over time, and even in Hungary, each region has its own version, its own tradition of making it. In the past, Hungarian goulash included potatoes, pork fat, and bell peppers. Even today, Hungarians usually serve it not as a meat stew with sauce, but as a thick soup. Once the water starts to boil, we add 10 grams of ground black pepper, 5 whole peppercorns, 3 allspice berries, 3 bay leaves, and half a tablespoon of salt. No more than that. If you season it fully now, while there's still a lot of liquid, once it boils down, the sauce and meat will become too salty. We'll balance the seasoning at the very end. Cover the pot with a lid and simmer the meat over low heat for nearly 1.5 hours. Of course, the time depends on the age and type of the animal, the cut of meat, and the size of the pieces. The key secret of goulash is the sauce. To get a nice thick texture, take 3 tablespoons of sifted flour. Add a little cold water and dissolve the flour completely, so there are no lumps. If you send this flour-water mixture into the goulash with lumps, they'll stay that way. You'll end up with cooked dough. Thanks to the flour, the sauce thickens. You'll see for yourself, and maybe even taste it. After about 1 hour and 15 minutes, our meat is fully cooked. The water has mostly evaporated. The air is filled with a rich, meaty aroma. The onion and carrot have broken down, giving the sauce its texture. You can barely see them anymore. They've melted away, leaving only flavor. At this moment, you might remember bograch, a dish that shares some steps with goulash, but more on that in another video. Surely many of you recall the taste of meat with this kind of sauce, a childhood favorite, first in kindergarten, then in school cafeterias. And now, cooking it on your own brings not just deliciousness, but warm memories too. Just look how tasty it looks. The key is choosing good quality meat and letting it stew slowly and gently. That's how you get juicy, flavorful goulash. Only after you taste and check that the meat is ready do we add the flour mixture, but give it a stir again first, since the flour settles at the bottom. We cook the goulash with this flour mix for about 5 to 8 minutes, stirring constantly to prevent the flour from sticking to the pot and burning. There's no need to cover the pot anymore. During this time, the sauce will thicken further and any remaining moisture will evaporate. Now is the time to taste for salt and pepper and adjust as needed, but don't overdo it. Everyone can season more to their own liking right in their bowl. The sauce has a wonderful, rich color, typical for goulash, and a deep, meaty aroma with a texture that's just thick enough. After cooking, it's best to let the dish rest for about 20 minutes. Of course, that's only if you still have the time and patience left, and the aroma hasn't already made your head spin. We serve this hearty dish with mashed potatoes. In my opinion, it's the most delicious side to go with goulash. Today, we're bringing back the flavor and smell from childhood memories. By following all the cooking steps carefully, we've made a flavorful goulash with a thick sauce, tender meat, and a beautiful rich color that's sure to impress. Of course, mashed potatoes aren't the only option. Beef goulash also goes great with plain boiled rice, spaghetti, fresh vegetables, or even just a slice of fresh bread for dipping right into the sauce. The main rule: always cook goulash over low heat. That's the only way to make the beef so tender it melts in your mouth and leaves you wanting more. Goulash is a perfect balance of simplicity and uniqueness. It's always relevant, even though it's made with ordinary, non-exotic ingredients. And you never get tired of it. It's a full main course and pairs well with almost any side. It's all up to your imagination.